Member for Surrey South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, I'm lucky enough to address this legislature because of the basic rights afforded to me in the Human Rights Declaration signed 72 years ago today. Today is International Human Rights Day, and this year we must focus to ensure that as the world recovers from COVID-19, that human rights are given special consideration by governments as they allocate resources for recovery. The COVID-19 pandemic has been devastating not only for those in our communities, but in communities around the world where individuals don't have access to the same basic rights. As we speak, we see demonstrations around the world where people are still struggling for the rights we enjoy. Not only has this pandemic ravaged economies, but it's had overwhelming impacts on society's vulnerable populations. The pandemic has adversely affected families with children with special needs. The report by the representative last week highlights the dire reality that BC children and youth with special needs are currently facing by not being able to access services and supports. It breaks my heart still to share that earlier this year, Eris Knight, a woman with cerebral palsy and a resident of South Surrey, died alone at Peace Arch Hospital, unable to properly communicate with hospital staff as her caregivers were prohibited from being with her due to the COVID visitation restrictions that didn't respect her rights. Though British Columbia has made significant progress in promoting equality and inclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted that supports and services required by vulnerable populations are still too often an afterthought. I pledge to continue advocating for governments at all levels to rebuild a stronger, more vibrant, more inclusive British Columbia, recognizing human rights protections not only in law, but in practice.